There is a famous picture of Roger Penrose where he designed, where he graphically expressed his gravitational singularities. We will take now 5 minutes time and we will check this. So, on the right side above, there is a kind of line. It's written time. And there on the left, there are two lines. There is written outside observer. And there is an inner cone, and it's written there meta. And there above this, there is a kind of cylinder in which there is a straight line, and this straight line represents singularity. And this is worth Nobel Prize for Physics. You check this. You check this. You check this graphical expression of gravitational singularities on my article that is here attached below, figure 1. I mean, this is physics that deserves a Nobel Prize. Nothing in this picture of Roger Penrose, nothing, absolutely nothing exists in physical reality. Everything is invented. Everything is just his mind creation that has no any contact with physical reality. On the right above, time. This is here. It's time. Time does not run at all in the universe. Universal space is time invariant. Time as a duration enters existence when measured by the observer. Okay? Otherwise there is no time. There is no cosmological time, there is no thermodynamical time, there is no arrow of time. These are all empty mental concepts. They don't correspond to anything in physical reality. Then he has on the left above the outside observer. The observer is inside of your head. And if the observer is awakened, you have the power to see the way your mind works. Okay? And this observer is the function of consciousness. And consciousness is the basic, is the fundamental, primordial space in which entire physical universe exists. So this consciousness is acting in the human being as the observer. And once we will awake the observer in physics, when we will teach in physics classes what is observer, and when we will teach also how to experience the observer, then physics will have a progress. Because without observer, physics has become religion. There are certain dogmas here and there, and now everybody has to follow these dogmas. Gravitational singularities, Big Bang, Higgs boson, and all this stuff. Because physics of 20th century has forgotten that the observer is the essential part of physics development. If you don't have observer inside of you awaken, you cannot be a physicist. You can be only a philosopher. You can only create a mental crap. Like a negative mass, negative gravity. So as I say in my previous video, I would really love to sit one day together with Professor Penrose. Because what I see in his videos, he is so 100% confident of what he is talking. But the Professor Penrose absolutely is not aware what he is talking. He has no supervisor. He is totally identified with his mind. And definitely, Professor is very clever. But his gravitational singularities are not science. They have nothing to do with fundamentals of physics and the fundamentals of mathematics. They are contradicting fundamentals of physics and mathematics. But still, because Penrose studied relativity, and as mathematician, he totally somehow his mind was absorbed with this idea that space is curved. And now if you have a very, very, very big mass which is really stretched together, very high density, then this mass will create a hole in the space-time. So he came to the idea that at a certain density of mass on the very small space, volume of space, that this curvature becomes so big that this leads to gravitational singularity. Curvature of space has nothing to do with gravity. That is the main insight of gravitational physics. Curvature of space, it's an illusion of Albert Einstein. And curvature of space has to be replaced with the variable energy density of space. This is the right way to progress gravity. Once we have the variable energy density of space, then the gravity is a pushing force of space. Gravity is not a propagating force. And as the physical objects are in this space, and are three-dimensional, and universal space is four-dimensional, they follow this pressure, because this object diminishes energy density of space, and the outer space it's pushing towards the lower energy density of space, which is in the center. And this pushing, this variable energy density, which is going to the lower energy density, is generating gravity vector. In every point of the universal space you have a gravity vector. And now this object diminishes energy density of space, and here is the object and here is the earth. So the diminished this area of diminished variable energy density that is generated by this stone has a tendency to move in the direction of the lowest energy density, which is in the center of the earth. This is gravity force. So if I have two physical objects, they create diminished energy density, an area of diminished energy density. And the outer space is pushing together. And this is gravity. Gravity has nothing to do with curvature. And gravitational singularities as the result of the curvature are something that does not exist in the physical world. If we want to progress physics, we should abolish all kinds of singularities out of the physics. Initial singularities is a pseudoscience also. But I've spoken about this, and this is it.